Alright folks, here we go, the next installment in the pros and cons series. We're going to be talking about Lake George, New York. That's right folks, that beautiful summer destination located in the Adirondack Park. I'm going to call it the gateway to the Adirondack Park. But coming to you, 5 pros, 5 cons. Don't go anywhere, coming to you right now. Hi guys, my name is Chris McMahon. I'm with eXp Realty. I'm a local real estate agent right here in the capital region. I cover everything from Albany to Lake George, Saratoga, Clifton Park in the middle there, and the surrounding areas. If this is your first time to my channel, make sure you click on subscribe and click that little bell so you get notified when new videos come out, because I'm doing all kinds of video, a ton of videos, all about living in the capital region, different areas, pros and cons and so forth. So make sure you get notified when the next video comes out. Alright, so jumping right into it here. Pro number 1, it's the Adirondacks. It's one of the most beautiful places in the world you could possibly live, with all kinds of activities to do outdoors. You've got in the summer, swimming, boating, hiking, the high peaks, hike the high peaks. In the winter, you've got skiing, snowshoeing, snowmobiling, and everything in between. So it's a fantastic place to live. It's beautiful country. You would definitely love it there. Some of the cons is in the winter, it does get a lot of snow. All right, it's higher elevation. It's known to get more snow than some of the lower places right there. So if you're going to be around in the winter months, make sure you're prepared for that. And pro number 2, well, it's Lake George itself. It is actually a Lake George. So it's not one of those places that's named Lake something and there actually isn't a lake, because there actually is a Lake George. And it's a pretty big lake, and it's a popular lake too. A lot of things going on there. You got scuba diving. You got a lot of people go to Log Bay where they come in with their boats. They dock their boats. They hang out for the day. So that's a pretty popular spot. Of course, all kinds of boating, water skiing, tubing, as well as $1 Million Beach, where it doesn't really cost $1 million to get into, but apparently it costs $1 million to build, probably back in the 60s, something like that. But it's a great beach. You get in there, hang out for the day, have a good time. So what does that mean as far as a con? Well, it can, because it is a popular location. It's a pretty big tourist destination that, yes, the lake can get a little bit crowded. So if you're looking for a quiet place to kind of find, sometimes you got to go a little bit further up north into the lake to find a quiet spot to kind of, throw out the anchor and hang out on your boat for the day. Alright, so moving on, pro number 3, we've got downtown Lake George itself. Like I said, it's a big tourist spot, so a lot of things there in the summer. They've got all kinds of things going on. They've got a barricade for the motorcycle enthusiasts there for a weekend where everybody comes in and brings their motorcycles. They've got Balloon Festival in the fall, and if those two weren't crazy enough for you, they've got Elvis Fest. Oh yeah, folks, Elvis Fest. Lake George, they got it. So that's a lot of fun to go to as well. So, and as far as a con for it, it's a little bit the same as the lake, that it is a tourist destination. So in the busy months right there in the summer, it can get a little bit crowded. Sometimes it's hard to get a hotel room. Sometimes it's hard to get in. You've got to wait a little bit for dining, or parking. It can be a little bit tricky sometimes. But when you're living there, you kind of learn the ins and outs. So you know where to go to find those secret parking spots. You know which restaurants to get into and how to get into them efficiently. So let's step up. We've got number 4, which is the history. So there's a lot of history in Lake George itself, but also the whole area just to have to do with the Adirondack Range. Okay, so a lot of history involved in there. A lot of stuff happened with the French and Indian War. You got Fort William Henry. It is also, there is some sunken ships, I believe, from the French and Indian War area, where a lot of scuba divers like to go out there and swim down, and they can check out the wreckage. It's still there. So if scuba diving is your thing, that would be a stop that you want to put on your agenda. Alright, so what's a con to the history? Well, unfortunately, the end doesn't change. The story's been told, so the end is always going to be the same on that one. So I guess best it is, every time you go someplace, just try and get a little bit more of the story so you got a deeper understanding of it. Okay, and finally, the last pro is number 5, the attractions in the area. You've got all kinds of attractions to do there. You've got boating, you've got shopping, golf, restaurants. Great Escape theme park is right down the road. That's open all summer long. So there's a ton of attractions at Lake George. Always something to do to keep you busy. And one of the cons to that is that it's seasonal, like we mentioned before. So in the winter months, things tend to close down a little bit. Some of the restaurants and shopping, they close at the end of the busy months, and they don't open up until the following year when it starts to pick up again. So during the winter months, it can be a little bit quiet on the side with not as many options as there are in the summer. All right, folks, there you go. That's 5 pros and 5 cons, all about the Lake George area. So you've got shopping, you've got the lakes, it's the Adirondack Park. Remember that, one of the most beautiful places in the world that you can live. It's historical, and it's just really a great spot in general. The people there are awesome, and you're gonna love it if they decide to make that place your home. Even if you're just looking for a summer home, you're gonna love it. You just, all kinds of great things to do there. So if you got any real estate questions or anything else I can answer for you, please reach out, get a hold of me, however you feel fit. Either call, email, send me a text, whatever's easiest for you. Reach out, get a hold of me. Love to have that conversation with you. And I will see you guys on the next video.